Hi everyone, welcome to Power Flow. My name is Kayla. It's an honor and joy to be able to lead your practice. For today's flow, you're gonna need a block, a yoga strap, a mat, and a water bottle. So without further ado, let's get started. And we're gonna start in child's pose today, letting your big toes come to touch, your knees falling out wide. And we'll take a passive child's pose, letting your elbows come down to the mat, letting your forehead meet the mat. And just taking intentional breath here, getting set up for the next 45 minutes. Full inhale and full exhale. Take a few more breaths at your pace. Getting connected and grounded in today's flow. And as you're connecting with your breath on your mat today, I'm going to start class with an intentional quote from Perfectly Imperfect, a book by Baron Baptiste. And the chapter title is Strive to Not Arrive. The quote that I wanted to share is, "There is no end to education. It is not that you read a book, pass an examination, and finish with education. The whole of life, from the moment you are born to the moment that you die, is a process of learning." So I encourage you to take that intention in today's flow into your practice, fully understanding that there is always room to change and grow in your practice in each posture. On your next inhale, go ahead, press up through tabletop, letting your wrists align under your shoulders, your knees directly below your hips. Take some organic movement here, wiggling from side to side, rolling forward and backward, and then coming to some stillness. Inhaling your right arm high to the sky, rolling out your wrist. And thread the needle on your exhale, bringing your shoulder and your right cheek all the way down to the mat. Just getting a nice gentle twist through your upper body, your lower body, warming up your spine, and continuing to breathe here. And take one more full cycle of breath. And empty everything out. And press all the way back up, reaching your right fingertips towards the ceiling. And exhale, gently lower them back down to your mat. Inhale, your left hand high to the sky, rolling out your wrist. And moving at your pace, exhale, threading the needle, planting your left shoulder, your left cheek, and just taking an easy breath here. One more full breath. And press back up, reaching your left fingertips to the ceiling, rolling out your wrist, and gently placing it back down to your mat. Take a little bit of organic movement again, whatever feels good in your body. We're gonna go through a cat-cow series, just continuing to warm up your spine. Inhaling, dropping your belly, lifting your gaze up to the ceiling. And exhaling, pressing your shoulders away from your ears, lifting each vertebrae 1 inch higher towards the ceiling. Inhale, come through to cow. And exhale to cat. Take 2 more cat-cows, moving at your pace. And at the end of your next cat, empty everything out of your lungs. And gently curl your toes and press back up into downward facing dog. You can walk your dog out here. It's the first one of the day. You might have a little bit of tension in your thighs. You can roll forward to high plank. Just take a little bit of movement that feels good in your body. And at the end of your next exhale, take a slight bend in your legs and travel to the top of your mat. Inhale to ragdoll pose, grabbing opposing elbows, letting your belly rest on your thighs. You can sway from side to side. And then come to find stillness. Release your hands back down to the mat. Inhale, rise all the way up to a standing mountain posture. Let your hands float above your head, interlace all 10 fingers. And exhale, take a bend to the right, feeling a nice deep left side body stretch. Inhale, come through center. And exhale, take a bend to the left, to the other side. Inhale back through center. And exhale, take a slight back bend this time, pressing your hips forward to the wall in front of you, peeling your fingers towards the wall behind you, and letting your head and neck fall heavy. Inhale, rising all the way back up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift. And take your flow, chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale back to meet in downward facing dog. Take 1 full cycle of breath here. Empty everything out of your lungs. And travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to a standing mountain posture. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, moving with your breath. Meeting in downward facing dog. For 1 full breath. Empty everything out. Travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. This is our last sun A of the day. Inhale, rise to a standing mountain posture. And exhale, forward fold. Rise, halfway lift. And chaturanga, 1 more time. Moving with your breath, inhaling to upward facing dog. And exhaling, pressing back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in this down dog as we transition into our Sun Salutation B series. Getting grounded into all four corners of both hands, into the balls of your feet, pressing your hips up 1 inch higher towards the ceiling, and energetically ripping the mat in two, pulling your hands to the wall in front of you, and pulling your feet to the wall behind you. Inhale your right leg high to the sky, rolling out your ankle, and exhale, gently stepping it through to meet your hands. Rising on your inhale to crescent lunge, hands up above your head, let your gaze follow your fingertips. Breathing here. One more full inhale. And exhale, plant your hands, step your foot back. And on your next inhale, lift your left leg high to the sky, rolling out your ankle, shaking out your knee. And gently step your left leg through. Inhale on your rise to crescent lunge. Breathing here. Zipping up the back of your right quad, pulling it energetically to the ceiling. And release, plant your hands, step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Take one full inhale and complete exhale. Travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise to thunderbolt pose. Letting your hands float up above your head. Letting your knees align directly over your ankles. And sitting your hips 1 inch deeper with each exhale. Release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga, moving at your pace. Take a rest breath here. We'll do 2 more Sun Salutation Bs. Continuing to warm our bodies up today. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. We'll do 1 breath per movement this time. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge. And exhale, plant your hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise. Lift your left leg, Exhale, step it through. Rising on your inhale, crescent lunge. And exhale, stepping it back again, downward facing dog. 1 full inhale here. Full exhale. Travel to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Rise, thunderbolt pose. Exhale, release, forward fold. Halfway lift. Take a chaturanga. One more restful breath here before we move into our last Sun B of the day. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, stepping it through. Rising for crescent lunge. And exhale, planting your hands, stepping it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high to the sky. And exhale, stepping it through. You know where you're going. So if your breath is moving faster or slower, go there, move at your pace. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. And at the end of your next exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising to thunderbolt pose. And exhale, releasing forward fold. Halfway lift. And chaturanga. Taking whatever form of chaturanga feels good in your body today. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Shake it out. Open your hip. Three-legged dog. And open all the way up for wild thing. Pressing down into all four corners of your feet, lifting your hips, reaching your right fingertips to the wall in front of you. And exhale, rotate through center, high plank, and all the way over to right side plank. For one full breath. And rotate, come back through high plank, and press back to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Shake it out, take some movement. Open your hip, three-legged dog. And then open all the way to wild thing. Breathing here. And gently come through high plank center, all the way over to left side plank. Breathing here, pressing into the side of your left foot to lift your left hip. And exhale, release, come through center. Take a child's pose here. A little release on your low back, a little catch your breath. We'll do an extended child's pose, grounding down into all four corners of your hands, extending your elbows and pressing your hips 1 inch closer to your heels. Take a few restful breaths here. Last full inhale. Full exhale. Curl your toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, stepping it through. Rising on your inhale to crescent lunge, coming to a prayer posture here. And on your next exhale, go ahead, take revolved crescent lunge, planting your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh, twisting your spine, breathing here. Inhale, opening up into warrior two, planting your left heel back down on the mat behind you, reaching your fingertips for opposing walls, letting your gaze follow your right fingertips. Reverse your warrior, reaching your right fingertips now to the wall behind you. And come forward, extended side angle. Let your right elbow rest on your right thigh. Reach your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. plant your hands, step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Take a whole restful breath here. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. And exhale, step it through. Rise for crescent lunge. Taking your prayer posture again. When you feel stable and strong, exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Taking a nice deep twist and twisting a little bit deeper with each exhale. One more cycle of breath here. Inhale, opening up into warrior two, reaching your fingertips to the wall behind you, the wall in front of you. Letting your gaze travel over your left fingertips. Breathing here. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And come through side angle. Reaching your right fingertips up towards the ceiling. And sitting 1 inch deeper in the bend in your front leg. Breathing here. And release, planting your hands, stepping your foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, bring your knee to your right elbow. Inhale, high to the sky. Exhale, coming knee to left elbow. Inhale, high to the sky. And exhale, bring your knee to your nose. And step it back, downward facing dog. We'll do that on the other side. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. And exhale, knee to right elbow this time. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. And press it back, downward facing dog. Take 2 restful breaths here. And at the end of your next exhale, take a slight bend in your knees and travel to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise, prayer hands posture for a thunderbolt pose. Take a full breath here. And revolve thunderbolt. Let your left elbow come to meet the outside of your right thigh. Keeping your alignment, knees over your ankles, hips square to the front of your mat. Breathing here. And exhale, release fingers to toes, forward fold. So you can heel toe your feet to hip width distance apart. Interlace your peace fingers on your big toes. Let your belly rest on your thighs. And use your upper body to pull the crown of your head down towards your mat. Breathing here. One more full breath. Release, heel toe your feet back to touch. Inhale, rising to thunderbolt. Prayer posture, hands. And exhale, revolve thunderbolt to the other side. Breathing here. And exhale, release. We'll do palms to toes, forward fold. So you can heel toe your feet back to hip width distance apart. And this time bring your palms directly under the soles of your feet. Let your toes come to meet your wrist crease. Let your belly rest on your thighs. And on your next exhale, use your upper body to pull the crown of your head down towards your mat. Breathing here. Exhale, release. Bring your hands to a prayer posture and come to a deep yogi squat. Breathing here. Surrendering to this deep hip opener. Inhale, lifting up onto your left toes. Exhale, releasing. Then lifting onto your right toes. Releasing. Coming up onto both toes. Ooh. And if you fall, that's okay. You're challenging your posture. And exhale to crow, planting your hands, leaving your alignment of your knees into your elbows, kicking one toe up, then the other, and finding your focal point, your balance point. And release, kicking it back, high plank to low plank, upward facing dog into downward facing dog. Taking a restful breath here. And releasing expectation of your practice. And just taking it one posture at a time today. At the end of your exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to a standing posture. Grab your yoga strap and a block or two. We're gonna come into a balancing series, balancing postures. Starting with standing leg raise. So let's get grounded down into your left foot today. All four corners. Zipping up your quad, getting strong in that left foundation. Option to use your yoga strap as a tool today to create and deepen your posture. You can go ahead and wrap that yoga strap around your right foot. Inhale, kick your right foot out. And exhale, open your right leg to the right side, bringing your gaze over your left fingertips to your left side body. Breathing here. Gently come through center without touching your right foot to the ground if you can. Drop your yoga strap. Kick your right foot back like you're trying to stamp your footprint on the wall behind you. And take a small back bend for airplane posture here. Breathing. And exhale, planting your left hand either down to the mat or a block. Opening up your right side body, reaching your right fingertips towards the ceiling. Keeping your right leg parallel to the ground. Breathing here. Half moon really challenges your stability. Finding a lot of strength in your left side body here. Last full breath. Release, forward fold. Inhale, rising. We're gonna do that series on the other side so you can set up in a way that's appropriate for your body and your flow today. Get grounded down into your right foot, zipping up that right quad, your right side body. Getting your left foot in your yoga strap in a way that feels good. Inhale, kicking your left leg out. And exhale, opening up to your left side body. Bringing your gaze over your right fingertips, breathing here. One more full breath. Gently come through center and kick it back to airplane posture. Taking a small back bend if that feels good today. And bringing your palms to face the ground and letting them rest next to your hips. Plant your right hand, open up half moon. Breathing here. Lifting your left leg 1 inch higher. Last full breath. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. We've got one more balancing posture today, moving your props out of the way. And we're gonna set up for tree today. So get grounded again in your left foot, all 4 corners. Option to do a little kickstand with your right foot. Let your right foot rest on your calf or over your knee, just not on your knee. So either above or below the knee. And then we can grow our branches. You can either take a prayer posture today, take some cactus arms, or grow your branches all the way up. Take whatever variation feels good in your body today. If you want to challenge this posture, you can close your eyes. We'll be here for 2 more breaths, feeling strong in your left base. Last full inhale. Release. Shake it out and we'll set up for a tree on the right side. Get grounded into all 4 corners of your right foot this time. Taking a variation that feels good in your body. Maybe it's different than your left side, and that's okay. But whatever variation of tree you're taking, go there. This is a great posture and theme with today that you can challenge. You can continue to grow your practice. Even though this might feel like one of the first postures you may have mastered, there's still room to grow, still room to improve, to learn about your body, about yourself. Last full breath here. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back to high plank. And then lower your body all the way down to the floor. Moving any props, water bottles, anything that might be in the way of your arms. We're gonna take a locust pose here. You can bring your forehead down to your mat, just for one restful breath here. Point your toes to the wall behind you. Bring your hands down by your sides. Let your palms face the floor. And on your next inhale, lift up, kick your feet back, pull your neck back. Take a nice full locust pose here, breathing. And exhale, release your left cheek down to the mat. We'll do one more locust pose today, engaging the core muscles on your back. Inhale, lift up, look up, go up, hold your locust for one full breath. Release, lowering your right cheek down to the mat. Take a restful breath here. You can kick your feet up and windshield wiper them side to side. And then we're gonna set up for floor bow. You can let your feet come to stillness. And take your hands, grab the backs of your ankles. And on your next inhale, kick into your hands as much as your hands pull your ankles. Lift up, look up, go up. Breathing here. Release, lowering down. Planting your hands right in front of you and lifting your upper body for a nice little Sphinx posture here. A small heart opener and a small little rest to your low back. Letting your heart rate come down a little bit. If your gaze is open, let it fall heavy to one non-moving point in the room. And take 3 full breaths here, surrendering to your Sphinx posture. Two more. Last full breath here. Gently curl your toes, press up. We're gonna set up for camel posture today. Option to use a block if that feels good in your body. You can set the block behind you, and your hands can come to reach the block, or you can come all the way down to reach for your ankles. So come up onto your knees, start with your hands on the back side of your hips, inhaling, elongating your spine, pulling the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. And exhale, slowly bend backwards, reaching for the block or your heels, whatever feels good in your body, letting your head fall back. And inhale, slowly coming back up and out of that camel posture. Come to the top of your mat. Come through a seated position. We're gonna do a little bit of core work coming onto your sit bones. We're gonna start with a bow pose, and we're gonna use our yoga tools today. So letting your strap wrap around the bottom of both of your feet, bringing your hands to hold the strap. Inhale, kicking your legs up, letting your calves be parallel with the ground, and using your upper body to create a nice flat spine, pulling the crown of your head up towards the ceiling, pinching your shoulder blades together like you're holding a pencil between them, breathing here. Option to straighten your legs for a full floor bow. Boat pose. Breathing here. Release, gently lowering your legs, setting your strap to the side, and coming all the way down onto your back. We're gonna take a bridge pose here, but today we're gonna do alternating side bridge poses. So we're gonna get grounded down into your left leg, kick your right leg out long, bring your hands down by your side, and inhale, press into your left foot, lifting your hips, feeling strong in your left hip, your left leg. Exhale, lower back down. We'll do 4 more on the left side, then we'll move over to the right side. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. 3 more. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. Last 2. Inhale, lift. And release. Final one, make it your best one on the left side, lifting up and lowering back down. Switch out your legs, let your left leg come long today. And get grounded into all 4 corners of your right foot. Inhale, lifting your hips up. Exhale, lowering down. 4 more. Lift. Lower. Last 3. Lift. Lower. Press your hips up. And lower them back down. Last one, your last bridge of the day, totally lifting all the way up, pressing into that right foot, and lowering, Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Let your knees fall out wide. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Take a few restful breaths here. Bringing your focus to your heart rate. And noticing that over the next few moments, it gradually gets slower and slower. Coming back to a restful state. Inhale, happy baby. Grab the outsides of both of your feet. You can sway side to side for a little low back massage. And then come to find stillness. And release. We'll take a reclined pigeon today, leaving your left foot planted on the mat. Let your right shin come to cross over your left thigh. An option to stay here, or if you want to intensify the stretch, interlace all 10 fingers behind your left thigh and squeeze your left thigh in for a hug. Let's feel a nice deep hip stretch, hip opener up the right hip. Breathing here. Releasing expectation of what your posture should be and surrendering to where you're at. Finding gratitude for where you're at. Breathe everything in and release it all. And set up for reclined pigeon on the other side, grounded into your right foot, crossing your left shin over your right thigh. And option to stay here or option to interlace all 10 fingers behind your right thigh and squeeze in for another hug. Opening our left hip this time. Breathing here. And exhale, release, letting your legs fall long, bringing your hands up above your head for a nice full body stretch. And then exhaling, bringing your hands down by your side body for a final resting posture, Shavasana. Releasing intention with your breath. Letting your chest rise and fall organically. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as feels comfortable to you. But if you'd like to close out class with me today, you can start to bring awareness back into your body, wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, rolling out your wrists and ankles. And coming to lay on your side in a fetal position. And when you feel ready, pressing up into an easy seated pose. Bringing your hands to a prayer posture and inhaling to your third eye center. The light in me honors and adores the light in you. And together we close practice and say namaste. Thank you so much for joining Power Flow today. Again, my name is Kayla. Please feel free to provide any feedback, and I look forward to seeing you next week at Power Flow. Take care.
I'm Sarah, and this is Cardio Dance. Are you guys ready to work out? Let's do it.
Go! That's where we want to go.
Last 10 seconds. I'm right here with you. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Y. My name is Erin.
I'm Jennifer. My name is Linda.
My name is Tommy, and today we're going to do a quick step routine.
We feeling like we can conquer the world today?
I wish you all could smell it. It smells so good.
Time. We get stronger in my world. We're going to do it again.
We'll see you again. Keep working hard. You did awesome.